Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to Ford Field, site of today's Vikings victory, 27-9 over the Detroit Lions. We're here to talk about it on the Between the Lines postgame report, which is presented by Gatorade. Voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen, called the game from right up there. Wobby was with him. We liked what we saw. A slow starting game for the Vikings turned into a fast third quarter and fourth quarter for the Vikings as they turned things around and came out victorious. It was the Hail Mary touchdown, thanks to Kyle Rudolph, probably that turned things around. The Vikings come out with a win, PA.
Well, I'm just exhausted right now. I mean, it was such a turnaround in that game from the touchdown to Diggs with 1:32 to go in the first half. Then the Motor City miracle to Kyle Rudolph in front of halftime, to the end of the game where we start blowing out the Lions because we're better and we should have won the game. And then sweating that Eagles-Texans game, by watching that on the spotter's phone. That goes the way of the Eagles, starting to think about the Bears game already. Cousins comes back to Michigan. He's a Holland, Michigan native. That's about 2.5 hours direct west from where we are at Ford Field. Just a lot of everything's fluid right now. A lot of things going on. Holy cow.
I think when you look at the Vikings-Lions game, toughness was on display for the Vikings today because they were behind the 8 ball a little bit in the first quarter. We only had like 6, 7, or 8 snaps in the first quarter. The Lions were dictating the tempo. The Lions had a lead, and it was sort of nervous time a little bit until the Kyle Rudolph touchdown right before halftime.
Yeah, I can't, I'm not going to lie and say that I wasn't moderately concerned at one point of the second quarter, but the thing that I kept flowing back to during the game call was, the Lions had all these first downs and all these yards and Matt Prater and all this, but that they were absolutely statistically killing us, and they were winning 6-0.
Right.
So 5-win teams eventually are going to do stuff that's going to lead to the other team winning, and that did happen. I mean, the possession with the 40-yard hook from Cousins to Thielen to get down to the 9, that was cold-blooded. Then Stephon gets in right here, back left of the end zone where we are doing between the lines, and floodgates open. Sweat the Texans-Eagles, didn't go our way. That was emotional. Win and in coming up next Sunday at U.S. Bank Stadium.
The Hail Mary comes right before Christmas, so a Hail Mary right before Merry Christmas, and it comes from Kyle Rudolph, who's the red-nosed reindeer, tight end.
Red zone.
He's the red zone
reindeer.
Right, so it's all appropriate. Kyle Rudolph, covenant claps for Kyle Rudolph.
I got it for you, covenant claps.
He had a 100-yard game. He had 122 receiving yards. I think he had 8 catches, 2 touchdowns. Awesome to see Rudy get back in the end zone. Yeah,
the third 100-yard game of his career. First touchdown he had scored in really 11 and a half games since the end of that Buffalo game. So a lot of good things today, a lot of good things. Got to sweat injuries this week. Xavier left the game, C.J. Ham left the game, Marcus Sherrills left the game. All hands on deck needed when you play the NFC North champions at U.S. Bank Stadium.
And Eric Kendricks did not play in this game. Someone who did because he didn't play in the game, or someone who played a lot more, was Eric Wilson, who had a good game. 2 tackles for loss. He had a sack, so good job by Eric Wilson filling in for Eric Kendricks. Okay, so up next, Vikings-Bears, U.S. Bank Stadium. It is a true win-and-in game for the Vikings. They can get in if they lose, if the Eagles also lose. But really, it's a win-and-in game for the Vikings. And we don't know what time the game is yet. We're going to get notified here momentarily. It could be 3:25, it could be 7:20, or it could be noon.
Right.
Can't wait to find out.
Yeah, likewise. And you know what? Props to the Chicago Bears for the season they put together. They beat us at Soldier Field, and they have done a fantastic job with their football program. They'll be very difficult to beat. Quite honestly, if we get the opportunity to play them 2 consecutive weeks, let's let the chips fall where they may.
All right, the Between the Lines postgame report, it's presented by Gatorade. It's over. On behalf of Voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen. This is Wobby signing off for now. A victory high five. Let's do one more turnaround, Nate. Victory high five. Give us a victory high five right there.
Victory high five.
You two. Victory high five with each other.
There
we go.
Boom.
Yep, there we go. We love it.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Bless all of you. Thank you.
Stay tuned to Vikings.com for more. See you.